want to make a video about my 61 GMC and what all I've done to it, so you guys can see and potentially do the same thing if you'd like. This is the 401 V6 engine, and with the Magnum intake, it has the original water pump housing for the 401, so you run into an issue because the fan, if the fan was on, it would hit the radiator hose here, and there's like no way you can avoid it because it sticks way up. So I put this on, which is a bit of a jagged system, but I mean, it works. It's been in there since the 401 was put in this truck, and it's never got hot or anything. So, oh, you see that? A little bit of shininess on the crankshaft is just where I shined it up the seat, check my timing at one point. Right, but this is the Magnum intake. You can just machine it out. You can see a thing where how they do it online. There's actually a person who has a video up on doing it for a 305. But then I just put a Holly Sniper on instead of a normal 4-barrel carb. The distributor there, it's normally at points, but you can actually find, I found it on Summit, but you can find an aftermarket points system that converts the points to a Hall effect for this, and it makes it run a bit nicer. These are like 2000 GMC rims, M's 3/4 ton, and the only problem you have when you use these rims is they can rub when you turn sharp to the right. They rub on your gearbox. This is an NV4500 transmission. A bit of work to get up in there, but you can see my adapter plate there. I just have tapered bolts for holding the adapter plate to the bell housing so they didn't hit the transmission, and then normal bolts holding the transmission to the adapter plate. And that seems to work just fine. You just need extended pilot bearing, inner bushing, so it reaches out a bit further, so you still got a good pilot bushing connection. I have to cut this panel up here. You can see the line of where I cut it at and back. There's a hinge on the back, so when you take this main panel off, that panel can just flip up out of the way, and then when you take the transmission off, you just slide it back and up and out, instead of having to pull this cross member here, which is holding your torsion bars, which you can see is a problem. Here's an air compressor and an air tank. It's a smaller system because I have an air spring on the back, and also see rims. You can see where's my air springs, and then here's my shocks I had to put. These are heavier shocks from like 2000s. You can just cut the shank a little narrower to fit in there nice, and then you just need to drill the hole out a little bit bigger because the bolt hole is bigger. And you can see my metering valve for my air suspension. And then if you see up there, there's a little wiring box. That's for my trailer wiring because I have a trailer hitch. It's this thing. I have pulled a trailer that weighed about 10,000 pounds with this, and it does, and the air suspension does do its job very well. These are like 2000s Dodge Intrepid seats. These crankshaft from our engine because I'm working on rebuilding a 401 for this truck. You can hear the air compressor going off. Like shows like 32 degrees, but it's actually colder than that. Doesn't hesitate. My blinker switch went, so I just put this on for now until I fix that. And you can hear it's not the best sounding engine right now. It's an old worn out engine, but it runs, which is why I'm working on rebuilding a new engine. And it'll pretty much start like that at any temperature. It'll just pop right off. But the new engine I'm planning on making custom exhaust manifolds for, so I can mount a turbo system on it eventually. So then I can show what the 401's truly capable of, because I've always wanted to put a turbo on one of these engines. And I've seen a few forums about people who've done it, but I saw no videos or anything, so I'm pretty much just gonna do it my own way. But yeah, if you have any questions about what I've done to this engine or anything, just ask away in the comments and I'll try to answer everything I can.